Hi everyone, today we will be doing tenses, the so-called time travelers of grammar. Most of the time, people find tenses very confusing. So today's session is all about clearing that confusion out so that you can use proper tenses when you're having a conversation. So let's begin. So in English, we have three types of tenses: past tense, present tense, and future. Now, past tense, present tense, and future tense is further divided into other tenses, which we will be talking about later on. So, what is the purpose of a tense? Why use a tense? The main purpose of a tense is to tell what is happening when. Is it happening in the past? Is it happening in the present? Or is it going to happen in the future? As I have mentioned before, there are three main tenses: past, present, and future. However, these three tenses have four forms: simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. These four forms will be explored later on in the session today. So let's start with present tense. Present tense, as the name suggests, is something which is happening right now, in the present time. Now, present tense has four forms: simple present, present perfect, present continuous. Now let us have a look at where do you use which one. Simple present is used for habits, facts, general truths, and scheduled events, like scheduled meetings or something which is scheduled to happen. Now remember, whenever you are doing tenses, there are formulas, word formulas, which you can follow in order to construct proper sentence structures. For example, the formula for simple present would be subject plus verb, the base form. Subject, verb, and object. Now, subject could be Ravi, Tina, Reena. It will be in the singular form, and then you have your object. Like, she walks to school every day. Here, she is the subject. Walks is the verb. Remember how we want to use the verb in its base form or add ses depending on the subject. Walks to school every day would be your object. And why she walked to school or she will walk to school every day will not make sense, because she walks to school is a habit. That is something that she does every day. So she walks to school every day. The sun rises in the east. Nothing else. The sun has risen. The sun rises in the east because it's the general truth. So we will follow the formula for simple present, which would be subject, which is the sun, verb, the base form of the verb, rises, and then the object, in the east. Next is present continuous. Present continuous, as the name suggests, is something which is continuing at present. Like, I am eating, I am reading, I am dancing. That means I am doing something. It is in continuation. The action is happening right now. And what would be the formula for this? The formula would be subject plus am is depending on your subject plus verb and add ing to it if you want to show this continuation, an object. So I am reading a book right now. I is the subject, am because I am, and read is the verb and we are adding ing to it. I have simplified tenses with these formulas. Feel free to take screenshot, feel free to pause, have a look at it and come back to the lesson. All right, next is present perfect tense. Do not get confused with how it sounds. Just try to remember the formula. Firstly, let's talk about when is it used. Present perfect continuous tense is used for something which started in the past but is still ongoing or just stopped. So when I say I have been eating since 4 o'clock, that means it started in the past but is still going. That is, I have been eating. That means I'm still eating. I have been studying for hours. That means it started in the past but is still ongoing. What is the structure? What would be the formula for this? Subject plus have or has, depending on your subject. Been, very important, plus verb ing. I have been put the verb and ing. I have been studying. I have been reading. I have been painting. All of this. When you want to talk about something which started in the past but is still continuing into your present, that's when you use present perfect continuous. Now let's talk about past tense. Past tense is used for something which already happened in the past. First one would be simple past. Again, the formula for this would be subject plus verb, but here the verb will be in past tense. What was walk or walks in simple present, it will be walked in simple past. Let us have a look. Simple past is not used for actions which is still lingering or ongoing or is spilling onto your present. He visited Paris last year. He is your subject plus verb. The past tense of the verb would be visit, and when you make it the past tense, it becomes visited. He visited Paris last year. Most of the time, in order to identify if something is simple past, look for the time element. If there is a time element, mostly it's a simple past. Like for example, the time element here would be last year. Sometimes it could be something like yesterday, day before, 5 p.m., so on and so forth. Next is past continuous. Just like simple continuous, you're talking about something which was happening in the past at a specific time. I was watching TV when you called. Action in progress at a past time. Somebody was watching TV when something else happened. The birds were singing as she walked through the park. Again, background action. Subject, the birds, were, was, depending on the subject. Now, as it is birds, it will be were plus verb and ing, were singing. The birds were singing as she walked through the park. Next is past perfect. Past perfect is action that was completed before another action in the past started. Now, how do you identify this? These kind of sentences will have two set of actions, two different things happening one after the other. Now, the first action which happens will have the formula for past perfect, and the second action will have simple past. I will tell you how. The formula is subject plus had plus past participle, that is the third form of the verb, and object. Kindly note, you will be able to find a list of verbs and their third form in the resource section. Coming back to it, now look at this sentence. She had finished her work before he arrived. Now there are two things happening. She finishing her work and before him arriving. Two different things. Now the first part will always have the structure of past perfect. Now what is the structure of past perfect? The structure of past perfect is subject plus had and the third form of the verb, which is finished. She had finished. Now, what is the second part? The second part is before he arrived, right? Now, here the verb will not be past perfect. The verb will be simple past. Hence, we will say arrived. It will not be had arrived or has arrived or any of those tenses. So, whenever you have a past perfect tense, there will be two things happening one after the other. The first part will always have past perfect. It will stick to the formula, which is subject plus had plus third form of the verb. And the second part will have a simple past tense. Let's talk about past perfect continuous. There's a very subtle difference between past perfect and past perfect. As I've mentioned before, past perfect is used when you want to convey that one action was completed before the other action began. But in past perfect continuous, the focus is not on the completion. Rather, the focus is on how long did something last before something else started. So the formula for this would be subject plus had plus been plus verb and ing. I had been eating for 20 minutes before my mother came. I had been waiting for an hour before the bus finally came. So here the focus is on how long did something last before something else happened. Whereas in past perfect, the focus was on the completion of that action, that something was over before something else started. Now let us have a quick look at future tense. Future tense is used for the future, like something that is going to happen in the future. Simple future, the form will be subject, will, shall, plus verb, the base form, that is the common form, and the object. Simple future is used for simple future actions. I will eat. I will go to the store tomorrow. I will buy a book. It will rain tonight. All right. So whenever there is a future action or a prediction like it will rain tonight, we will use the future tense. Next is future continuous. Future continuous is used to talk about anything which is going to be in progress, in continuation at a future time. I will be eating. I will be dancing. At 10 a.m. tomorrow, I will be working. So action in progress at a future time. So at 10 a.m. tomorrow, I will be working. It will be in progress. My work will be in progress and this will be in future. Next is future perfect, and the formula would be subject plus will shall plus have plus past participle plus object. Now, when to use future perfect? Future perfect is used to talk about actions which are completed before a certain future time. Like by next year, so this is your time frame, I will have graduated from college. Completed before a future time, a future point. I will have eaten by 5 o'clock. So remember, anything which will be completed before a certain time in future is when we use future perfect. Now, what about future perfect continuous? Future perfect continuous is used for actions that will have been ongoing to a specific point in the future. Like by 5 p.m., I will have been driving for 6 hours. So by 5 p.m., something in future will be continuing. That's when we use future continuous. Now the formula for that would be subject plus will shall plus have been plus verb ing plus object. For since, if at all, there is a time. Look at the sentence once again. By 5 p.m., I will have been driving for 6 hours. As I always say, feel free to take screenshots, pause the video, and also please refer to the resources for additional information and worksheets.